And good evening, everybody. Welcome back here to Daytona as we are about to set the starting lineup for Sunday afternoon's Great American Race, the Daytona 500. I'm Rick Burton here in the broadcast booth, here to deliver you two 17-lap races here from Daytona. It is the Can-am Duels, the races that will set the inside and outside rows for the Daytona 500. Right now, we are getting ready for Can-am Duel number 1. Later on this evening, after this race, we will have Can-am Duel number 2 right here from Daytona, which will also be 17 laps. But for right now, it is all about Duel number 1. 23 drivers sitting on pit road, and they're all racing for a better starting position for the 500. But for 3 drivers in the field, it is a little bit of a different story. Landon Cassill, Reed Sorenson, Cody Ware. Those are the 3 go-or-go homers, and the highest 2 go-or-go homers in this race will automatically move on into the Daytona 500. And the other driver will be left outside, as that driver will not qualify for the Daytona 500. That is between Landon Cassill, Reed Sorenson, and Cody Ware. Now, in Can-am Duel number 2, it will be a different story as we will have 5 go-or-go homers racing for 2 spots. Now, at the front of the field, we have the number 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr., the Nationwide Insured Chevrolet, on the pole. He will start on the pole after securing his second career pole in the 500 on pole day, Sunday afternoon. Claimed the pole, so he will start from the pole here in Can-am Duel number 1. Austin Dillon, driving the famed number 3 Cheerio Chevrolet, will roll off second on the outside line. Now, that is all of the pre-race news. Let's see the down track side for the starting command. And now the pace car will make his way onto the track, leading the field off pit road. Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the pole, Austin Dillon on his outside. 23 drivers will compete here in Duel number 1 from Daytona. At the bottom of your screen, you will see your starting grid appear, allowing you to see where your favorite drivers are going to start here in Duel number 1. Row 2, we have the 19, Carl Edwards, and the 22, Joe Logano. Ryan Blaney and Martin Truex Jr. on row 3, and Brad Keselowski and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on row 4. Now, before we go green, let's take a look at a few of our spotlight drivers in the field, and for this race, they're going to be our go-or-go homers. First up, the 35 of Ryan Reed. Now, we did not really talk about him in the pre-race show because Ryan Reed, although he is a go-or-go homer, Ryan Reed is locked into the 500 from his qualifying speed on pole day. But it is a different story for his front row teammate Landon Cassill, rolling off 19th on the starting grid. Cassill must race his way into the 500 in his Snap Fitness Ford. Same goes with the driver behind the number 98 Holland Bass Chevrolet, Reed Sorenson, driving for Jay Robinson and his Premium Motorsports team. Sorenson must race his way in the 500. And so is the number 40 CarportEmpire.com Chevrolet of Cody Ware. Not only trying to make his first career 500 start, Cody Ware is looking to make his NASCAR Spring Up Series debut overall here in the Great American Race. He must beat Sorenson or Cassill if he wants to make his dream come true. At the front there, you have Dale Earnhardt Jr. looking for a win. Austin Dillon and Carl Edwards Logano looking for a win, or at least a good starting position in the 500. The fans are on their feet. The field making the way into the tribal. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Austin Dillon, your front row, coming down to the green flag. Can-am Duel number 1 from Daytona is underway. Green flag is in the air. Pretty good jump on the inside line by the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Already starting to nose out ahead of Austin Dillon down into turn number 1. Behind Jr., the 19 of Carl Edwards. Now this race will set the inside row for the Daytona 500, and already for the lead, here comes the 19, Carl Edwards on the inside of the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr., and Edwards will have drafting help from the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. Truex, who won the Sprint Unlimited on Saturday night, already has a lot of momentum going into this race. Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, not necessarily teammates, but they're pretty much teammates with an alliance between Penske and Wood Brothers. Edwards was able to clear the 88 off turn 4 and leading lap number 1 and duel number 1, the 19 of Carl Edwards. And after lap 1, You see Landon Castle making a move on the inside of Michael McDowell. Right now he is in a transfer spot, and so is the 98 of Reed Sorensen. After lap 1, as Truex gets alongside the 19 of Edwards, down the back straightaway they go. And a little bit of contact between the 19 and the 78. You saw the 78 go up the track, it looks like he was trying to side draft the 19 to slow Edwards in the outside lane's momentum down, but kind of hurt Truex a little bit there when he's fighting back on the inside out of turn 4. I know a few people have been talking about how the last couple of races have been a little bit laggy, a little bit low frame rates, and it's because I have turned on the extras of each track, like the grandstands, the pit roads, like a lot of turned in a lot of realistic graphics, which is making the races a little bit laggy, as that is the cause of what you're seeing right now. But the 21 Ryan Blaney now alongside the 78 of Truex, and Greg Biffle making a strong move, 4 wide for 5th spot out of turn 4. Greg Biffle on the inside, Ricky Stenhouse in the middle, so is Kyle Larson, and up top the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. as they come across the line. New leader Ryan Blaney at the line. Blaney leads, Truex second, Keselowski third. Stenhouse now clears his teammate Biffle and drops to the low lane to pick him up in the 16 car. Behind Biffle, the 47 of AJ Allmendinger, Michael McDowell, Eric Almirola, Regan Smith, Kyle Busch. You have Chris Buescher, Michael Annett, and Landon Castle in this lead pack. Not far behind though, you have Ryan Reed, David Reagan, a former Daytona winner, Reed Sorensen, Paul Menard, and the 40 of Cody Ware. And it appears Cody Ware's already fell over 2 seconds behind. Leader now Brad Keselowski as he goes by his Penske affiliated teammate Ryan Blaney with a push from Kyle Larson. Side by side, but you have the 17, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. continuing to make that inside line work, but just nobody's going down there to help that 17 car. Everybody's hanging on the outside line or right in the middle lane. They're out the corner, and now back here, 3 wide, Michael McDowell on the inside of AJ Allmendinger. Kyle Busch up top, Eric Almirola in front of Kyle Busch. 4 wide for the lead up here. 16, Greg Biffle now drops slow to trying to make that inside line work. You see as Austin Dillon's down there, Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the middle, Kyle Larson. And on the outside line, Brad Keselowski as he drops in behind the 42 Larson. There's a lot more cars lined up on the outside line or even in the middle lane than the inside line. You have the 16, the 3, and the 17, but we have not seen that inside line really go in the first 6 laps of this race. But now a little bit more cars down there. You have Eric Almirola, you have AJ Allmendinger. Cars trying to make that inside line work. But Jr. in the middle with help from Martin Truex Jr. Kyle Larson with help from Brad Keselowski. To the line they go. Jr. will lead the lap at the line. Back here, the 40, Cody Ware, starting to see his dream of racing the Daytona 500 disappear. He's already 4 seconds behind the 98 of Reed Sorensen. Paul Menard is also starting to lose the pack, the draft. But right now, Landon Castle and Reed Sorensen are in the 2 transfer positions here in duel number 1. But up here, Biffle still 3 wide with Truex and Earnhardt Jr. Earnhardt Jr. was in front of Truex. He went up to pick up Larson. Now leaves Truex in the middle with Joey Logano pushing him. Greg Biffle on the low side. Side by side alongside the 78. Try to stay alongside the 78. They remain 3 wide, about 4 rows deep here at Daytona at the front. Now the inside line starting to fall back a little bit. But alongside 5th place Kyle Busch as Logano behind Truex Jr. Pushing him out front. The 88 of Dale Jr. as he come off turn number 4. This time by it will be 9 laps to go here from Daytona. Here in Can-am Duel number 1. And it's the two juniors at the front of the field. Martin Truex picking up where he left off in the Sprint Unlimited. Won the race. Now leading here at Daytona with a push from Joey Logano. Logano won the pole for the 500 1 year ago. Dale Jr. missed the chase 1 year ago. A couple of drivers who's trying to make something happen here in 2017. Kyle Busch, another driver who went winless in 2016. Making it 3 wide on the 22 of Joey Logano, the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Martin Truex out in front. Also, Truex is really going for 3 in a row because remember, in 2016, Martin Truex won the season finale last year. Truex won Homestead. Went on to win the Sprint Unlimited and now trying to win the dual race here from Daytona. And now Kyle Busch on the inside. We've seen Stenhouse and Biffle and Dillon trying to make that inside line work. How about Kyle Busch in the 18? Moves to the bottom of the track, but not a lot of help down there yet again. Stenhouse goes into the middle behind Edwards in the 19, and Truex still trying to clear the 88, and I believe he may do it here off turn 4. Truex is clear, but he stays in front of the 22 of Joey Logano. They come across the line to complete another lap. 7 to go here from Daytona. And it's still Landon Castle and Reed Sorensen in the 2 transfer positions. Kyle Busch now alongside the 22 of Joey Logano. Can Kyle Busch get up and get in front of his teammate Carl Edwards? That would be a very good move and help Busch a lot. Or Busch will fall back as Edwards is going to come up through the middle, and Logano moves to the bottom of the track in turn 3. Side by side now, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr. for the top spot. They come from turn 4. 6 to go. This time by, they're still 3 and 4 wide throughout the entire field. Logano will lead the lap at the line. About to be Toyota's 3 wide for second place. Truex, Edwards, and Kyle Busch. 3 different lanes into turn 1. Now Stenhouse in that 17 with help from Brad Keselowski now coming up through the middle alongside the 18 of Kyle Busch, and Edwards now pushing Logano out, cleared of the 78. The 78 Truex fighting back with a big push from Dale Earnhardt Jr. down in the turn 3. This is a 19 car pack, 19 cars within a second of each other. Michael McDowell right now running 19th at the line last time by. It was less than a second behind as Joey Logano completes another lap at the line. Truex though fighting back on the outside. Now you see the 2 of Brad Keselowski move to the inside. You know, Keselowski would love to get up there and help his teammate Logano. But can anybody go? But will anybody go with him? We've seen Biffle, we've seen Stenhouse, we've seen Kyle Busch, and none of them are on the inside now. They know that the inside line's been hard to work. Now they're double wide at the front. Logano though continues to nose out ahead of the 78. What we're seeing in this entire race is the outside line, which is where Truex and Earnhardt are. Seems to have a lot more momentum down the straightaway, but through the corners, the shorter way around. Remember, that seems where the middle lane really comes in with Logano and Edwards. Brad Keselowski still alongside the 19 of Carl Edwards coming out turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Keselowski has help from Greg Biffle and Austin Dillon. Biffle now, he'll make it 4 wide yet again. This is the second time today we've seen Greg Biffle think about making it 4 wide. And he's going to do it as we're getting a little bit dicey here inside the top 5. Stenhouse in the middle. Edwards alongside Logano. Be coming to 3 to go. This time by Joey Logano, Carl Edwards side by side for the lead. Edwards has never won a race here at Daytona in any of NASCAR's top 3 series. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has never won a NASCAR Speed Up Series race, period. He's never won any points-paying race. Could he possibly get his first win in a dual race here from Daytona? This is also a 9-points event, but it's still a win and still momentum for that 17 car. Double wide, 2 wide for the first 3 rows. It's Logano and Edwards, Truex and Stenhouse, Earnhardt Jr. and Kyle Busch. Stenhouse will make it 3 wide in that 17 car. They come from turn 4. 2 laps remaining at Daytona. They're still side by side for the lead. Still on the inside of the 2, Brad Keselowski. Just nobody's going down there to help that 2 car. Kyle Larson kind of rubbing a little bit of paint with the 88 Jr. going into turn 1. And at the end, Biffle sideways! Biffle nearly gets taken out on the nose of Ryan Blaney, but a great save by Greg Biffle. And now you have that 38 Landon Castle also up here in this lead pack, looking possibly for a top 10 finish in this duel race. Reed Sorensen right now 21st, or now 20th. Cody Ware 23rd. As they take the white flag, they are in the 2 transfer positions. But it's still side by side, Logano and Carl Edwards for the lead. Down in the turn 1, a nice run through the corner by the 19 and the 18. The Joe Gibbs racing cars working together through turn 1 and 2. Kyle Busch behind Edwards, Truex behind Logano. Edwards has a little bit of a drafting push from the 18 of Kyle Busch. Edges out in front, going into turn 3. Larson behind Busch, Dillon behind Larson. They make the way from turn 4. Edwards is going to clear Logano. Coming out, turn number 4. Busch to the inside. Carl Edwards is going to win. Can-am Duel number 1 from Daytona. Carl Edwards is going to win his first ever NASCAR event here at the Daytona International Speedway with help from Joe Gibbs racing driver Kyle Busch. And Edwards will start 3rd in the 500. But also, congratulations to Landon Castle. Landon Castle has qualified for the Daytona 500 in his Snap Fitness Ford out of Front Row Motorsports, putting all 3 front row cars in the Great American Race, the 500. And Reed Sorensen has also qualified for another Daytona 500 for Premium Motorsports. Sorensen in the 98 car will join his teammate Elliott Sadler in the Great American Race, as Sadler and Ron Reed qualified their way in. But the unfortunate be the 40 of Cody Ware for Hillman Racing. Lost the draft early in the race, unable to rebound, and Cody Ware fails to qualify for the Daytona 500 and will go home, and the speed weeks are over here at Daytona. But there is the man of the hour, the 19 of Carl Edwards. He is your winner here in duel number 1 at Daytona. Let's take a look at your results from today's race. Carl Edwards, your winner. In the 19, he had Joe Logano second. Wait, no, Kyle Busch was second. Logano got 3rd, Kyle Larson and Martin Truex. Your top 5. Look through your top 10. You have Ryan Blaney and Brad Keselowski running out your top 10. And look at the rest of your results from today's race at Daytona. So now that will end duel number 1. And now we will look forward to duel number 2, which will set the outside row for the Daytona 500. Kevin Harvick and Casey Kane on the front row for duel number 2. But that is all here for the first event of the evening. Congratulations to Carl Edwards. And we'll be right back with duel number 2 here from Daytona.